Your body is trying to tell you something right now, and most people completely miss it. There is a condition affecting over 1 billion people worldwide. It has no obvious symptoms in early stages, and the most people who have it do not know. And it is quietly driving weight gain, fatigue, brain fog, and serious diseases. It is called insulin resistance. Yeah. And by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what it is, how it develops inside your body at the cellular level, and the three signs that most people completely ignore. Yeah, stay with me because the last point is the one your doctor probably never mentioned. Here is the frustrating part. Yeah, you could eating what you think is a healthy diet, you could be exercising, you could feel mostly fine, and insulin resistance could still be developing inside your body right now. This is not about being overweight, and thin people get it, active people get it, and also the young people also get it. And the reason most people miss it is simple. The symptoms feel normal. You feel a little tired after lunch, you feel hungry again after 2 hours after eating, and you feel foggy in the afternoon. You just assume that is life, but it is not life. That is your metabolism sending you signals, and if those signals are ignored for years, the consequences are serious. We are talking type 2 diabetes, fatty liver diseases, cardiovascular diseases, and hormonal disorders. Yes. So let me explain what is actually happening inside your cells. First, you need to understand insulin normal job. Every time you eat carbohydrates or protein, your blood sugar rises and your pancreas detects this and releases insulin into your bloodstream. Insulin acts like a key. It travels to your cells, muscle cells, fat cells, and the liver cells also. And it unlocks the door as glucose can enter and be used as energy. This is supposed to happen quickly and efficiently. And glucose goes in, the blood sugar comes back down. Done. That is a healthy metabolic response. Now, here is where insulin resistance begins. When you repeatedly flood your bloodstream with glucose through high sugar foods, processed carbohydrates, constant snacking, and poor sleep, your cells start to get overwhelmed. They respond by reducing the number of insulin receptors on their surface. There will be fewer drugs and the key still shows up, but the fewer locks to open. Yes, your pancreas notices glucose is still high, so it produces more insulin. That means the more keys will be produced and trying to force the same result. For a while, this works, but the blood sugar stays controlled. But your insulin levels are now chronically elevated and increased, and that creates a cascade of problems. Your body was never designed to handle that, and chronically high insulin tells your body to store fat, especially around the abdomen. Yes, it drives inflammation. It disrupts your hunger hormones, so you feel hungry even when you have eaten enough. It affects your brain's dopamine response, which is why you crave sugar more the more you eat it. And over the time, the pancreas gets exhausted trying to keep up. But the insulin production drops and the blood glucose stays high. That is when prediabetes becomes type 2 diabetes. Yes. Here are the three things I want you to remember from this video. From Insight 1, insulin resistance is reversible in its early stages. If caught, early dietary changes and exercises and the sleep improvements can restore the insulin sensitivity significantly. The damage is not permanent yet, but it can be recovered. And the Insight 2, fasting insulin is the test you want. Okay, and most standard book blood panels like checking fasting glucose, but the time fasting glucose is elevated insulin resistance has often been developing for years. Ask your doctor specifically for a fasting insulin test. That number tells you how much earlier was it happening. And coming to the number 3, it is not just about the sugar. And chronic stress raises cortisol, and the cortisol raises the blood sugar. So the poor sleep does the same. Insulin resistance is a metabolic problem with multiple causes. It not just a diet. It is a it requires looking at the whole picture. And finally, if this video helped and explained something your doctor never had time to explain properly, subscribe to Nourish and Know. That is exactly what this channel is here for. Real science and full explanations, nothing left out. And coming next video, how much protein do you actually need per day? And the answer is probably not you have been told. I will show you the clinical research and give you a number you can actually use. That one is coming on Monday. Yeah.